The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 346 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Eastern Forest playing cards from Art of Play. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So here we have the Eastern Forest playing cards in a matte, kind of like brown tuck box with some foiling here on the front. It says Art of Play presents Eastern Forest playing cards. Text by David G. Haskell, illustrated by Ellen Litwiller there, and it's in that kind of gold foiling there, with some like green and reddish orange kind of like leaves going around with some a little bit of vines, and the text is embossed, so you can feel the text there. On the side it says "Epiphanies await the curious mind," the little Art of Play, little quote that they always have. The other side says Eastern Forest playing cards. On the bottom it says copyright 2021. The year they came out is 2021. Distributed by Art of Play. Made in the USA. And you can see that you got the little leaf theme going around the tuck box. And on the back of the tuck box, a little sneak peek of that back design there. For the seal, it's a white stamp style seal with a little image on there. It's in, not even, it's kind of like a greenish kind of colorway there, and it's a little bird there with some leaves there. And it says Silva Coquette there, if I pronounce that right. Then on the top of the tuck box, it does say something, but the seal's covering up, so I'm not entirely sure what it says. Then on that tuck flap, it just says Eastern Forest playing cards. Then on the inner tuck flap, just that matte brown finish. Take the cards out of the box. Then on the inside tuck box, it is just plain white. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. First, we'll start with that back design. So here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border. It's a gray and white colorway there. And it's a leaf pattern with that brown. You got the brown background there with the white leaves over top there. Even though the tuck box has them in color here on the back, it's still a nice, elegant back design though. There for that brown and white colorway there. Still like it with all that leaf kind of pattern there with the brown and then all the vines going around. Pretty nice. And if you flip it over, same design in both directions. But now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with the little ad card there. It says Art of Play presents Eastern Forest playing cards. Pretty much the front of the tuck box, just in a black and white colorway. Then we start with the first Joker here. And it says Joker Joker. Then you got some leaves here, like some watercolor kind of art style there. And then a little description of the leaves. And then you got a Joker and another second Joker, and it says Joker Joker. And then you got the watercolor of like the earthworms there. And then just a little description of it. And the little extra card will help us out a little bit here. And it's a little card here that tells you what all the cards are, or all the images are on the cards. So turn on your sense and explore the forests. So here, if you want to read that, pause and read. There. What says the hearts are invitations to touch and feel your skin. Diamonds awaken eyes to flash of fireflies. Stuff like that. The clubs open your ears to the forest of many howls. And stuff like that. And the spades call us to taste smells and yummy fruit. So it's a little bunch of different stuff in the deck, and if you want to know what they all are, here's what they all are here. But the Jokers with the European Earthworms and the Tree of Haven. Yeah. And you got all the different names of everything in the deck. I won't go through them all because that would take a long time because there is 54 of them. So that would take a while. But we can still go through them all and see all the nice images here. So we got the Ace of Spades here. And it tells you a little bit about what is things. So if you want to pause and read that, you can and look at them. We got these nice kind of, it's almost like kind of watercolor kind of style art, which is pretty nice. and all the art is fantastic. And you got the custom like pips there and the numbers in the corners. I'll try to slightly go slow if I don't try not to drop them. Yeah, I'll just slightly kind of go slow, but I not too slow though, because it'll take. Kind of gotta quickly go through this. But they definitely have some nice artwork on the cards. Okay, now that we're back after that little atrophy, but now here we have all the core cards here, and they're pretty much the same kind of design with a little image and a little description of it. And then now onto the diamonds. It's a little bit of a different theme to it, and these are all different like things from the forest. If you didn't clue into that, because it's called Eastern Forest, all different things you would find in the forests. Still some definitely some great artwork though. Now on to the clubs. This one has like two different things on it. This one's a lot of like bugs and like flying type animals. I guess that one's not a flying type animal, the turtle. And then lastly the hearts, and I'm pretty sure these are more fruits and like plants. Except for a snail's not a fruit or a plant, so I'm not sure of the theme, but I guess. There's definitely a lot of like thought put into this deck. And now that we took a look at the cards, I'm gonna test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. And we got some decently nice springs there. They're pretty smooth, a little slippery, so you gotta try not to like drop them there. They're not like too stiff. They got a little bit of stiffness to them, but they're still got a good flex to them at the same time. But more of a medium, a little bit like higher medium, kind of like flex and spring to it. But definitely still smooth. Now on to the fans. Well, as you can see most of the pips and numbers. There's no real stickiness or clumpiness to the cards except for this little part in the middle, lightly sticking together, but I don't know, it might just be my cards, but most cards wouldn't, I don't think would do that. Yeah, just every time they're kind of getting stuck right there. But if I were to flip them over, yeah, they definitely like fan more better when I flip them over. Just those corners are lightly like stuck together for some reason. I gotta shuffle them up and work them out. But they still spread pretty smooth. Now on to the Pharaoh. Super smooth Pharaoh there, and they interlock and read flawlessly. Now for a giant fan of that back design. Now time for the reverse Pharaoh. A decent reverse Pharaoh. I definitely still have to slightly push them together to get them to interlock and weave. But they interlocked with pretty nicely. Now for a giant fan of the faces. And now time for the Riffle Shuffle or Bridge Shuffle. Like I say, pretty nice Riffle Shuffles and Bridge Shuffles. The bridging part's not too hard, like not too stiff. Nice good flex to it. And the bridge is nice and smooth. So overall, pretty fantastic bridge shuffles. Now on to some packet cuts. Well, the packet cuts are pretty good. Maybe lightly slippery from time to time, but not too bad. They pack it pretty good. So it is pretty average packet cut ability. Nothing too crazy. Now time for that one-handed cut or Charlier cut. Now time for the dribble. Well, the dribbles are pretty smooth. You got a little bit less grip with the faces up, and more grip and control with the back design up, but still pretty smooth. Now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, like I say, this is another fantastic deck from Art of Play. Once again, I really like that back design there, and that brown and white colorway looks pretty nice. And I like that leaf kind of design and pattern there. Looks fantastic there. And I really love the faces there and all that kind of watercolor. That's what I call it. Like the design is kind of like watercolor, kind of like painted kind of style there for like the images. And I like how it has a little bit of a description of what the image is, which is pretty nice. And they're all there's 56 or no 54 different like forest theme items like animals, bugs, plants, everything that you'd find in a forest, which is pretty unique. I like when they do decks like this, where they have like pictures and information of the cards, of like stuff on it. Pretty nice to have around. because you can look at it for like hours. There's lots to look at. So fantastic design-wise, and for the handling, these handle fantastic. No real issues there. Pretty smooth in every way. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 346 of a Daily Deck Review. This has been the Eastern Forest playing cards from Art of Play, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.